deportations. So, LAPD tear gassed a baby. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I wonder why. I wonder what could be going on. I wonder what could be going on in LA right now. Oh, I don't know. Maybe people on the side of the road are throwing rocks at FBI and police. Maybe that's why. Apparently they're looking for these guys. Look at this. Look at this asshole. Boom! Look, this is just a regular car. He doesn't know that's part of like the police, and even that's not even like the point, but it's just like this is the kind of thing that is going on right now. And I want you to think about all the apologia that's going on in the media and everything with this. Oh, we're protecting our communities from ICE. That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. It's a bunch of fucking hoodlums using all this shit as an excuse to fucking do bad shit. So, the President of the United States has released a statement on 06/07/25. In recent days, violent mobs have attacked ICE officers and federal law enforcement agents carrying out basic deportation operations in Los Angeles, California. True. The operations are essential to halting and reversing the invasion of illegal criminals into the United States. Also true. In the wake of this violence, California's feckless Democrat leaders have completely abdicated their responsibility to protect their citizens. This is why President Trump has signed the presidential memorandum deploying 2,000 National Guardsmen to address the lawlessness that has been allowed to fester. The Trump admin has zero tolerance policy for criminal behavior and violence, especially when that violence is aimed at law enforcement officers trying to do their jobs. These criminals will be arrested and swiftly brought to justice. The commander-in-chief will ensure the laws of the United States are executed fully and completely. And of course, immediately all the talking heads and all the reply guys are saying, "Oh, except for January 6th. Oh, except for January 6th. Oh, yeah, January 6th." Yes. Do you know why they were pardoned? It's because they were not given proper due process. Yes, that's why. That's what everybody saw. That's what everybody said. That's what everybody wanted, is for them to actually be charged with crimes and to be given trials. And then upon their trials being completed, to be put in jail for their convictions. But many of them were severely abused. That is why they were pardoned. So you bringing it up every fucking time does not dismiss anything of this. Sorry, I had to do that. I saw that earlier, man. It's just like, oh, it gets on my nerves. But anyway, so it is getting fucking lit in LA and in California in general. And we're gonna talk about some things, but let's just
in order for them to access where all of this is playing out right now, where our ground.
So anti-ICE protesters are blocking U.S. Marshal bus while putting officers' lives in jeopardy, throwing bricks through windows of federal vehicles. Yeah. So they're just describing generally what's going on.
They're going to have to get through this.
Oh, here we go.
Two of those SUVs are now essentially going around these protesters. This really could turn extremely ugly right now. I'm seeing one of the doors open.
Oh, they're shooting out the window
on one of those vehicles. It's hard to tell if that's.
Look at he's out. He's playing around.
Oh, but we're right now seeing some
fucking streamers fucking talking over it.
Come out, and they're trying to make way for this bus right now.
Yeah, don't impede government vehicles. Like, it's gonna get to the point where one day we're gonna see a bus like this just run over motherfuckers that are trying to assault people in the bus, and everybody's going to cheer, except all the people who are for all of the violence. Like one of these days, that's going to happen. We're going to get there. Oh, it gets much worse. And you want to know what's really hilarious? Do you know how this is in America? Do you want to know why I know this is in America? Because there are no American flags. Zero American flags at a protest in San Jose, California against ICE. Lovely. Now, this is an actual protest. This is not a riot. This is exactly what you should be doing. Let me turn this down. This is exactly what you should be doing, is protesting peacefully. And they're mostly peaceful. I mean, they're blocked. And when I say mostly peaceful, I don't mean the mostly peaceful. I mean, they are peaceful. with the exception of them blocking the street, which they may or may not have permission for, yada, 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 whatever, right? Like, if you want to protest, this is mostly how you do it. Again, blocking the street, not necessarily the best thing, but, you know, it is what it is. I've basically just been scrolling anti-ICE protests in California, and it has been absolutely insane. I mean, it looks like a third world country over there. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. Like, look, they're fucking pushing refrigerators and random debris into the streets. And you wonder why. You wonder why a baby got tear gassed. You wonder why they're calling in the National Guard. Well, the reason the baby got tear gassed is because they were part of a protest that turned into a riot that needed to get dispersed. So if you go to a protest with a baby and you hear a dispersal order, your first concern should be to leave with your child. You shouldn't really bring children to protests anyway, but if you have to, and you do, then as soon as a dispersal order is given, you leave. Because you know what comes next. Like, you're not an idiot. You're not new. Nobody's new here. You know what comes next after the police tell you to go home. It's just, it's getting ridiculous. It is absolutely insane what's going on over there. Let's actually hear what let's hear what the Fox propaganda has.
You know, let's hope that no one is hurt and no one is injured and it doesn't escalate from here. Look at the flag. Yeah, Guy, I see
there it is.
You
Mexican
it out.
Flag can, you know.
This is criminal activity that I hope is.
I mean, the funny thing is that this is like the perfect propaganda piece for Trump.
Let's hope that no one is hurt.
You realize this, right? I mean, look
no
at this,
one is injured, and it doesn't escalate.
Illegally riding motorcycles around a burning car, flying the Mexican flag. Like, you could not get it. Like, this is going to be campaign footage. This right here is going to be campaign footage.
From here, look at the flag. Yeah, Guy, I see.
There it is.
You
Mexican Flag can, you know.
This is criminal activity that I hope is people are held accountable for. And I'm talking about the riots right here.
Where are the cops?
Yeah, where are they? You know.
I don't know. I thought pollution was bad, y'all. Did you know that burning a car produces shit tons of pollution? Did you know that? I thought we were all about saving the earth. There are things that are more important than that, obviously. Obviously, there are things more important than that, right? Yeah, and they're live streaming it all, and it's great. Because the reason it's great that they're live streaming it all is that, one, any impropriety done by the police officers will be on film. Two, any impropriety done by people will also be on film. The age of smartphones has come. And it's really great because it does mean that the police can't hide any of their malfeasance because literally everybody is recording. Like, look, there's a dude there. There's a couple more people with phones. I mean, you can see them all, dude. Like, you're going to have like 15 different angles of this one interaction with the police. And I mean, to be fair, if this shit were happening in where I lived, I would probably be down there filming. Yep. 2,000 National Guard, baby. They're getting at it. Yeah, it's just absolutely stupid. Absolutely stupid. And I believe we still have shit going down. Absolutely based First Amendment right here. Absolutely based. Fingers right to the cop's face. Love it. Love it. I mean, he's not in the bubble, so we're good. We're good. You know, no violence here. 100% based First Amendment right there. Absolutely 100%. Oh, is he still going? Hang on. Is he still going? Is that him? Is that middle finger guy? You know me, dude. I'm all about the double middle fingers. I love it. Absolutely love it. And you wonder why police ignore and are so callous. It's because they literally have to deal with shit like this every day. This is why when you scream and cry and plead and beg, they don't care. Because all of the criminals who actually are bad people, they do exactly the same thing. Oh no, I did not expect that. There's something going on here. Everybody turns. See the dude walk over there? What are you doing? What are you doing, fatty? Do you want to go to jail? This is me, by the way. This is how big I am. Well, at least I was, you know, until I started working out. Sorry, I shouldn't have insulted him for being fat. I should have insulted him for being fucking stupid. That's what I should. So I apologize. Excuse me. It was my immediate reaction. It's like your first reaction is to walk up and grab a federal agent in the back. Like that's your first, like literally, like that's what that looks like they're doing. It looks like they're fighting with this guy. Like this is how you get people shot right here. This is how you get people shot. That's not a soldier, it's an FBI agent. But yes, he's in full kit. That is correct. That's how you get shot, dude. But that's one of the reasons why they have like all the paintball guns with the rubber bullets and the what is it? It's not tear gas. It's mace. The mace paintballs, and why they use LRADs. It's so that they can disperse crowds like this and literally have street fights without actually killing anybody. Because, you know, murder's bad. And here's what I want. Here's what I want. This is what I want. You see all this shit? This is what needs to happen. You see all these people throwing rocks at the cars? See this dude? You see this dumb shit here throwing cones at cars? These people right here need to be perp walked, need to be arrested, perp walked, and sentenced as much as they possibly can to jail. As many years as you can legally put on them, they need to go there. Because why? Why? Because if you do that, then much of this shit will stop. Because the reason they're doing this is because they know they'll get away with it. It's because there's going to be no repercussions. It's because they know either the anonymity of the crowd or the fact that the police can't find them, the fact that they're already overburdened. Like this is one of the reasons why so much of the like immigration stuff has gone out of control, is because we literally do not have enough actual bureaucratic structure to deal with the vast majority of it, which is why one of the reasons why ICE continuously says they do targeted events, because they do not have the ability to dragnet. They just don't. This guy right here needs to be arrested. I want his face everywhere. This guy right here, I want him everywhere. That right there. Because, I mean, think about it like this. If you were an actual terrorist or you were somebody like this, would you not use an innocuous thing like this and put something really bad in it? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, allowing this kind of behavior allows it to escalate. Pure and simple. Like, you want to protest, that's great. Walk down the streets. Walk down the sidewalks. You know, block off intersections. And then when the police tell you to go home, or police tell you to move away from the streets, then you move away from the streets. Now, if you wanna, now here's the thing. People are being like, oh, the Republicans are now so against insurrection. It's like, yeah. Most people, including Republicans, said that January 6th was bad, that insurrection was bad. That's correct. You are absolutely correct. And these people, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And it is funny because people are now talking more about how about California splitting off from the United States, and all I have to say is, I have one thing to say about that. We already fought a war for that. Do we really want to go there again? Tell me, Californians, do you like the idea of carpetbaggers? I know we hated them here in the South. Would you really want a bunch of Southern fucking rednecks to come in your shit and tell you how to do things? Is that really what you want? Because that's what you're fucking cruising for. Like, look at that, dude. Just full on, as hard as he can, throwing shit at the fucking cops. Look at that. Like, you know this guy has to be on like 15 different angles of video all over the internet. I love how they also frame themselves. Like this is why you do not. This is why you should dislike these people. Oh, excuse me. I misread that. Never mind. Never mind. I thought it said pro-immigration, and I was like, bro. Like, you need to shut the fuck up.
That's just called tear gas.
Look at this, man. Crazy. Federal agents launched a crackdown. What is this? 12 hours ago. Staging area. Multiple arrests on the scene. Oh, yeah. Well, I've seen this. This is pretty good. Like, look at how deep they're rolling, dude. Look at this, bro. He is like, come the fuck on. You know what's funny? I heard somebody say this. I didn't come up with this. I heard somebody say this. And I bet you anything. Agonai, what's up, buddy? I bet you that if they put out recruiting propaganda saying that if you join, you get to go to California and beat up on fucking illegal immigrant, pro-illegal immigrant rioters. I wonder how much recruitment would go up. Oh man, there'd be hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people volunteering for such a thing. I have no doubt. Do you know how many young men in this country are completely and utterly directionless? Because they have no positive role models, because they look up to idiots like Andrew Tate, thinking that's strength and masculinity, when Andrew Tate is just what a 12-year-old boy thinks strength looks like. It's really funny. All right. Now, normally, I'm not really all for women being in situations like this as police officers, because it's like the Spartan thing, right? You know, you protect everybody from neck to thigh. So if you cannot do that, you literally cannot be part of the wall, right? That was the whole 300 with the dude who was deformed and whatnot. Is because they tend to be the weakest link, right? They tend to be on the smaller side, usually, and they tend to be, physically weaker. But that doesn't mean they can't provide backup, because one of the best things about modern society is that we have what's called force amplification, i.e. firearms. I mean, she's standing firm, so I give her credit. But I mean, to be fair, though, she is surrounded by gigantic men, so I mean, it's no shade on her. No shade on her. She's doing good. I like it. So yeah, it's been crazy. So the federal agents on Friday conducted at least 7 immigration raids across Los Angeles, detaining 45 people at various workplaces, including a donut shop. Enforcement actions occurred, blah, blah, blah. Protests erupted during operations near downtown as community members and organizers gathered and city officials expressed deep concern. Don't care. They went to... The protesters at one point were surrounding... Weren't they surrounding a... I can't remember what it was. Weren't they surrounding a the detention facility in this area? Look. What the fuck? What? Bro. All right. This guy right here, this guy needs to go to jail. This guy. See this guy right here? Jail. Why? He is... Oh, wait. No. I'm sorry. Is he trying to put it out? That's water. I'm sorry. Excuse me. This man, unless that's gasoline. You know what? It's ambiguous. So he's either a hero or a villain. We'll just leave it at that. So if he's starting the fire, he needs to go to jail. But, because that could be gasoline, right? That could be gasoline. I thought that's what it was at first, but it looks like it's a water bottle. Just with water in it. So if it is a water bottle with water in it, I don't know why you would try to put out a gigantic brush fire with a little bottle of water. So it makes me think he's probably trying to start it. But I retract my statement that he should be in jail. Whoever started this fucking fire should be in jail. And I love how the video clip doesn't show anybody who started it, even though I bet you anything they recorded starting it. And basically, they sent in the fucking troops, dude. 2,000 National Guard will be deployed. The FBI went in to help ICE. See, look. Based First Amendment right here. Based First Amendment right there. Double middle fingers. Absolutely 100%. Get at it. Get at it. But you notice how he's throwing the middle fingers and not doing anything else. Primo, baby, primo. But look at all these fuckos, man. Just throwing, like, all of the people throwing shit. Like, see, this is the problem. It's not that you're necessarily throwing things at the cops and they're in their armored cars. It's the fact that, look at this shit. Doing this, look at who, that almost hit somebody. Doing this allows other people to do it and get away with it too. And then eventually you will get someone who will do this and they'll put something in those things that's not very nice, that may, I don't know, cause catastrophic expansion at high velocity and high temperature. Sounds like LA is being visited by the party and event scene, a reference to an excuse German politicians made when something like a riot happened. Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, the thing about it is that even with all the riots, even with all the people coming out, these individuals, especially the violent ones, represent a tiny minority of individuals. Even of the people who support what they're doing, the vast majority of the people who support this would never go out and actually do it because they know there could be consequences. And they're scared. Let's just be real. But a lot of the safety is the safety in numbers. A lot of the safety is the fact that the police are already overburdened with like things like immigration and all kinds of other crime. So it's likely that you would get away with this. Any of the stupid shit you do. But luckily, every motherfucker is filming. Everybody is filming. Look at that. Two motherfuckers got two. Another one right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, we're gonna have like 50 different angles of this on social media, man. This is great. Look, everybody's got it. Everybody. And you know all the cops have cameras too, dude. Get it, girl? Yeah. Yeah, get it. Yeah, First Amendment, straight up. Like I'm telling you, dude, I do not agree with this bitch at all. I do not agree with what they're doing and harassing the fucking police. But I can fully sympathize with middle fingers to the police. Like I am all about it. I am all about it. And the main reason is here, I'll show you, is because I grew up with this. I'm probably gonna get dinged on YouTube for this, but I'm gonna try to explain it. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I hope you're ready. All right, I got to turn the music off the entire time. So I 100% sympathize and empathize with telling authority to go fuck itself. Like, I'm with you. I'm totally with you on that one. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Fascist regime known as the Third Reich. The fascist regime known as the Third Reich. That's right. That's right. It's just like we live in such a fucking rainbow la la land that I literally cannot take these people fucking seriously. Like, especially even the people who like don't support the rioting but support all these protests. Like, even those people are losing their fucking minds. Let me give you an example. Let me see if I can find it. And it's from this dude. Bane of the Pearl Clutchers. I love Wick. He's great. But he posted, this is an escalation and a severe one. Nothing occurring in LA justifies deploying Marines to U.S. soil against U.S. citizens. This is a line I pray we do not cross it. The Secretary of Defense is now threatening to deploy active duty Marines on American soil against its own citizens. This is deranged behavior. Well, I'm sorry. Are your police not actually keeping order? Well, I'm sorry. Are your police allowing federal agents not to do their job and being accosted by citizens of your fucking state and cities? Can you not maintain order, or are you refusing to maintain order? I wonder which one it actually is. And if you can't maintain order, then should you be in power? And if you're refusing to maintain order, well, sometimes, many times, many times, that comes with criminal charges. Like it's like this is how we get Lincoln 2.0. This is exactly how we get it. This is it. This is it. Especially with let's see, did I get it? Yeah. Let me see, where was it? Yeah, here we go. This is why I like Wick, right? Because even though I disagree with all that, anyone engaging violence today needs to stop. It's not okay. It's hurting your cause. That said, ICE is routinely guilty of extrajudicial actions, and protesting them is the most American thing you can do. Fair enough. Fair enough. See, this is a reasonable take. All police are guilty of extrajudicial actions. Did you know that? Did you know that? So you know what you shouldn't do? You shouldn't riot, right? Because we need to hold them accountable through the system, and we can't hold them accountable through the system if you keep breaking the fucking system. I like Wick. He's a great guy. So I disagree with his whole fucking this bullshit. What is it? No, not that. This bullshit. Yeah, absolutely. Fucking send them in. Yes, you should. Absolutely. Is it? Okay. Anyway. So yeah, it's like what more can be said? What more can really be said other than protesting peacefully is 100% Americana. Rioting, well, you might get shot. Good luck. See, it's shit like this. It's shit like this. That is the way we are. That is why we're having the problems we are. It's not about law and safety. These agencies have become machines of cruelty and racialized dehumanization. Fuck you. Remember the past few days we've been talking about that kid who said illegal alien? And it was deemed racist? Is it racialized dehumanization? Is it? Or is it because of their legal status? Which one is it? Which one is it really? Or are you so fucking racist? All you ever think of when you hear illegal alien is Mexican or Latino. This is why you do not dislike them enough. I don't want to say hate because it's not hate poisons your heart. You shouldn't hate people. You should hate things because that's not really that big of a deal, right? But hating people, not a good idea. Not a good idea. Even people like Hitler. The reason I say that is because this is about you, not him. If you hate someone, it poisons your soul. It can lead to things like you becoming a demon and shit like that, right? The embodiment of anger and what's the other word I'm looking for? Anger and disillusionment and just general depravity, right? So that you do shit like this, right? And I'm not gonna lie, dude, if you are trying to block the police from doing their job, including standing in front of their vehicles, especially if they're being attacked or something like that, and you get run over, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. As always. Ooh, someone was stabbed at an anti-ice, but this is getting out of hand. Ooh. And you see, this is one of those side effects we almost never see when we're concerned about these lawless riots. The lawlessness that comes with riots is that it allows bad actors. This perfectly exemplifies, whether this is true or not is irrelevant. This perfectly exemplifies the problem with lawlessness and not having law and order. Is the fact that this lawlessness allows for cover of other criminal activity, including criminal activity like that could hurt the people that they're trying to talk about, right? Like under this, you could potentially have gang members going around murdering people, right? This would be the perfect opportunity. Yes, there's cameras everywhere, but everybody's wearing masks, all this other stuff. It's entirely possible you could potentially get away with some type of assassination, some type of violence, any kind of nonsense that you may want to do as like a gang member or a terrorist organization. This gives cover for that, right? That's why it being lawless is the problem. It's not the protest in and of itself. I mean, to be fair, it's not that much blood. Hey, look, there's an actual American flag at a protest. America! Fuck yeah! All right. Anyway. Finally, a real American somewhere. Fuck! See, ICE terrorists. ICE terrorists. Terrorists. That's what they're calling ICE. Yep, the people that enforce immigration law. They're literally doing exactly what they should be doing. Terrorizing our communities. No, that's not what's happening. If you fear ICE, why? Why do you fear ICE? Are you here illegally? No? Well, then you shouldn't have much fear, right? Bullshit. So if your community is in fear, then that means you don't fucking belong here and you need to go the fuck home.
California
All right, let's
Governor
listen to what
Gavin
this guy
Newsom put
said.
out a tweet saying the federal government is taking over the California National Guard and deploying 2,000 soldiers in Los Angeles. Not because there's a shortage of law enforcement, but because they want a spectacle. In Los Angeles, there have...
Let's read that again. This man is going to run for president. I want you to understand that. This man is going to run for president.
In Los Angeles, there have been mass raids going on for days now where ICE is going in trying to raid communities to try to round up people who are law-abiding citizens in this country to try to deport them. But
this is what I mean by we live in an upside-down world. Let's listen to that again.
Raid communities to try to round up people who are law-abiding citizens.
Law-abiding citizens
In this country to try to deport them.
And try to deport them. Is that what they're doing? They're rounding up law-abiding citizens.
But there have been mass defend immigrant family protests going on to make sure that they stop ICE.
This is why we cannot have nice things. Is because these people cannot see fucking reality for what it is. These people believe anybody who lives here is a citizen. You understand what I'm saying? Like we saw it the other day on, what was it, fucking CNN or MSNBC? One of those fucking propaganda fucking pieces of shit. Well, to be fair, literally everything now is propaganda. No, I take that back. Everything has always been propaganda. Let me just state that for the record. So me calling them propaganda is simply stating a fact. It's not actually any like derogatory term or anything. But yeah, we live in an upside down world. We live in an upside down world. By the way, it's not a strength. It's a superpower. But it's only a superpower if you do it right. These idiots don't know what diversity is. They can't actually truly define it. They don't actually understand how diversity works and why it makes things great and why it's a superpower. And they don't know how to deploy it correctly. They think diversity is multitude of skin color. That's why they're idiots. That's why they're racists, right? They're all fucking racist. They're all fucking morons. And they really can't understand reality, which is why they pick this easy to understand thing. So that they don't have to think about it for themselves, right? All the answers are easily provided. So there's no need to actually use your own fucking brain and think through these things. Simple as. Simple as. Because diversity meaning multitude of skin colors, well, that's easy. There's no thinking required. Whereas true diversity is diversity of thought, diversity of experience, diversity of soul, like who and what you are. It's not just who you fuck and the color of your skin or whether or not you want to cut your dick off or not. different cultures and ways of thinking, that's fairly useful. Exactly. It's just like anytime you have like I think it actually does make sense in some instances where you definitely want somebody who's part of a certain community to at least look over something to make sure there's not some cultural thing that's going to like be taken inappropriately, right? Like when you're doing a medical board for something and you're looking for you're looking for something for that's a medical condition for women, and there are a bunch of dudes doing this study. You might want to run it by a couple women who are doctors just like you, right? Doing this medical study. When you're doing this medical study, you might want to find a few women to just have a look at it and make sure that your male biases are not warping what you're doing, right? Just as a check, right? That's all you need, right? That's the only time, in my opinion, that like diversity when it comes to sex, sexual orientation, race, or any of that other nonsense actually comes into play. Is when you're doing something that does affect a certain community or a certain demographic group, and you're necessarily not part of that demographic group, and so you might want to like let someone who is also a professional in that field to look it over to make sure that you're not fucking it up somehow, right? Because different people do have different perspectives, and so it is one of those things. It's not that you need black writers to write for black people. It's that if you're writing a show and there are black people in it, you might want to consult a few of your friends who are also writers, who are also black people, to make sure you're on point, right? Or something like that. Or maybe you mention something culturally that comes from Africa or some other small cultural thing in the United States where it comes from Chicago or New York. You don't want to confuse those things, right? Because black people in Chicago are different from black people from New York, right? They are actually different. Just like they are from LA, right? They talk different. They act a little different. They have different, like slightly different cultural things from where they come from. Just like white people. Hello. We're all people here. So in those instances, it makes sense. Didn't The Color Purple get made by a white Jewish guy? I think so, yeah. But it's like, it's one of the funny things about it is like, I find it easier to identify with men of all races than I do with most women. And it's simply because as a man, I have grown up, and because I have the experience as a man, and I look at another man who may be from a different culture or a different race or any of that other stuff, we still have the same struggles, right? Still have many of the same struggles being men, right? Just how we think, how we act, just that way, right? Like one of the prime examples, dude. You want to know this? It is hard to empathize and sympathize with people who don't necessarily look like you and don't necessarily have the same life experiences you do. But if the character is good enough, it transcends all that, right? So this is why people like Geordi LaForge and Worf and Data from Star Trek, vibe with me, is because, Worf is a goddamn Klingon. Geordi is a blind fucking Ethiopian, right? So... And yet I was able to connect with these people because just, me being a nerd and all that shit. But that's not the point. The point is that one of the characters that truly transcends this is Goku. Because as a young man, I remember everybody, black, white, Chinese, Japanese, fucking the fucking Native American kid I knew, every motherfucker at my school, everybody I knew, everybody from all the other schools. I remember playing soccer with a bunch of fucking Mexican kids who went to our rival school, and we were playing soccer and we were having fun. And at the end of the game, one of the things that we all were able to bond over is how fucking awesome Goku was and how everybody wanted to be him. Like the short little Mexican guy that bounced off me. He was the striker. He literally bounced off me trying to attack the goal, right? He was so tiny, he couldn't even physically move me. He just bounced off. This guy. Yeah, that guy. And what happened? We bond over DBZ, man. Universal. It's universal. I don't even know why. But I think it's because characters like Goku represent masculinity in its like truest form, strength of character and strength of action that just transcend all the racial boundaries you could possibly imagine. But most women can't empathize with Goku in the same way that men do. right? It's that same thing. But yet there are characters like Ripley, and I can't think of any others off the top of my head. Ripley from Aliens, that as a man I can't empathize with. Ripley's a bad bitch. Love me some bad bitches. They love Goku? Yeah, man, they did. And almost every dude that I ever talked to about Aliens was like, yeah, Ripley's a bad bitch. I like her. And it's not just because she's hot or any of that other nonsense. I mean, that definitely helps that she's easy on the eyes. But it's just like the Latina bitch from Aliens, the second movie. Vasquez. Oh my God. Like, she was Ripley taken to a 9. See, this is what happens. Vasquez is almost close to the modern day version of female boss, the female girl boss shit, except she is a woman, and she fully embraces the fact that she's a woman. Like, she plays with it comically just like the guys do. She messes around with it. She's strong, but she knows she's a woman. Like, there's whatever. And what happens when her like boyfriend dude like talks shit to her face? She fucking smacks him right across the face, really fucking hard too. And what does he do? He smiles at her. Because she's a woman. What is he going to do? Hit her? She's also a Marine. Like, come on now. Like Alien is one of those movies you just have to watch to understand how bad so many modern movies cannot write modern characters. They absolutely cannot at all write them even a little bit. The funny comic by some guy, I can't remember his name, where the black girl was concerned by characters that looked like them, and all the black guys cheered over Goku. Yes, that's exactly right. You're exactly right. And it's because Goku is who you want to be. It doesn't matter if he's white or Japanese or whatever the fuck color he is. He's actually a goddamn alien that can turn into a fucking ape. So his skin color is kind of a fucking irrelevant. And it's really disappointing. Anyway, tangent aside, let's get back into this. So, yeah, upside down world. Upside down world. We live in an upside down world.
Going on to make sure that they stop ICE in this country to try to deport communities, to try to round up people who are law-abiding citizens.
Law-abiding citizens. Law-abiding citizens. Are there people who've probably been detained by ICE that are citizens? Yes. Are there people who've possibly been deported by ICE who are citizens? Yes. Does that mean we should abolish ICE and get rid of all of our immigration laws? Anybody? Oh, maybe because it makes criminals' kids cry, we shouldn't send people who drunk drive and kill people to jail, right? Because their kids will cry, right? It'll make them sad. So we shouldn't send the drunk driver who murdered an entire family to jail, right? We shouldn't do that. Or how about the guy that raped 5 people? We shouldn't send him to jail because his kids are going to get sad, right? His wife is going to miss him. Go the fuck. Fuck you.
In this country to try to deport them. But there have been mass defend immigrant family protests going on to make sure that they stop ICE. These protests.
I do not at all, I'm going to say it one more time, First Amendment all the way. You want to protest for whatever dumbass reason you want to protest, that's fine. And I'm going to sit right here in my fucking comfy house and I'm going to call you fucking idiots. That's just what's going to happen.
Protests have largely been peaceful, and anytime you've seen any escalation.
Largely. Now, to be fair, from what I understand, he is correct. Again, as I stated before, earlier in the stream, the vast majority of this violence is being done by a small, extreme minority of individuals who believe in this stuff, right? And even they are extreme in the fact of they are causing violence. The vast majority of them only want to protest. They want it to stop, but they're protesting.
It's been from the ICE agents themselves. In this clip, you'll clearly see that the police are the ones that are agitating and pushing people.
Oh, I love how he just starts the clip right as the violence starts, as if there wasn't some other escalation before this.
Here's another example. In this clip, you clearly see the people are peacefully organizing and literally shaming the ICE agents out of the community. Shame! 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 As a political
Remember when I said propaganda earlier? Literally. Like, honestly, if you watch this and it convinces you of anything, you are the problem. I'll tell you exactly what's going on here. They don't give a fuck what any of these people are saying. They are doing exactly what they're going to do. You're not going to make them stop doing what they're going to do unless they get orders to stop. Yelling shame at them? Like, are you in a movie? Is this Game of Thrones? You're not doing shit. They don't give a fuck about you. You shame them? Bitch, they know what you cheer for. All of these agents, they know exactly what makes you applaud. They know exactly what you cheer for. You think your boos matter? You think your shame matters? Dude, fuck you.
As a political commentator, it's literally my motherfucking obligation to make sure that I'm corroborating shit, because a lot of people in the comment section
are you corroborating? Let's see.
Are going to come through and say, well, oh, you're picking and choosing specific videos to show specific narrative. False. Literal news release from the Los Angeles Police Department themselves came out and said today's demonstrations across the city of Los Angeles remain peaceful, and we commend all those who exercise their First Amendment rights responsibly. The Los Angeles Police Department appreciates the cooperation of organizers, participants, and community partners who helped ensure public safety throughout the day. So even the Los Angeles
You mean the same Los Angeles the police department's under the control of a mayor who doesn't want ICE there? Huh. You mean a government organization can be run by people who actually would lie? No. Really? Wow.
Los Angeles Police Department is coming out and saying that everything has been peaceful all throughout the day. Yet again, here comes Donald Trump's orange ass, who, by the way, is still looking for distractions to not have us talk about the fact that Elon Musk said that he was in the Epstein files.
I'm so glad Elon Musk did that. Like, I want you to understand something. Just how stupid these people are. Listen.
Again, here comes Donald Trump's orange ass, who, by the way, is still looking for distractions.
He's still looking for distractions. Distractions? From what? From what?
To not have us talk about the fact that Elon Musk said that he was in the Epstein files.
Do you know how stupid you are? Do you know how stupid you are? Do you? One more time.
Yet again, here comes Donald Trump's orange ass, who, by the way, is still looking for distractions to not have us talk about the fact that Elon Musk said that he was in the Epstein files.
Maybe, just maybe, that is the distraction. Oh, so Trump is we already knew before Elon said anything that Trump was in the Epstein files. We know that. Trump is on video camera talking and partying with Epstein. We knew this before Elon said anything. So Elon saying that was nothing more than him throwing shade at Trump, something that we already knew. And so the reason I'm calling him stupid is because he's literally saying a thing. Trump is looking for distractions. And then he says the Epstein files, as if this is not a red fucking herring, a distraction. Sure, Trump probably didn't make the distraction himself, but it sure got you talking about it, doesn't it?
He's over here escalating the situation in Los Angeles by putting out a presidential memorandum. In this memorandum, he says numerous incidents of violence and disorder have recently occurred and threatened to continue in response to the enforcement of ICE. Literally none of the...
No, it does not say ICE. It says federal law by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. This is important right here.
Enforcement of ICE.
Enforcement of federal law, you lying piece of shit.
Enforcement of ICE. Literally none of this is true. I just showed that the Los Angeles Police Department said not only...
So you're complaining that a corrupt president is misconstruing something and lying, but you automatically believe something that the local government of LA is putting out, even though we know that big city law enforcement governments are all fucking corrupt too. It's amazing how that works. It's almost as if you're only believing what LAPD says because they released something that you agree with.
Not only do they have this shit handled, but everything has remained peaceful.
In order for them, if that's
Look at
if
he's
that
out.
vehicle's
He's
with
playing
the federal
around.
With this member, the police department said not only do they have this shit handled, but everything has remained peaceful.
No, don't riot. Then you won't get gassed. Oh my God. Let me see. There's got to be some video of... Oh yeah, here's another one. Here's another one. So let's do it again, shall we? Remained peaceful as they set a car on fire. Remain peaceful as someone gets stabbed. Where's that? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Peaceful. Peaceful. They remained peaceful. That's why they're throwing things at the cop. Now, to be fair, we watched this several times. There are people who are literally just throwing up the middle fingers. GG on that. Remain peaceful, huh? Let me guess. Is setting brush fires peaceful? Is that a thing? I can't tell if that's water or gas. Like, I know it's a water bottle. Oh, this is somebody else's fucking live stream. Remained peaceful. You gotta love that, don't you? See, there's more. They had the ICE detention facility surrounded at one point. I haven't found any footage of it, but I remember seeing it. It's so hard to find this shit. To get exactly the kind of shit you want. Let me see. They broke down some stone things in the parking lot to throw at cops. I believe that clip was from 2020. I remember seeing Andy No push that out. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. God damn it. Don't give a fuck about Michael England. That shit off of here. This is what I'm talking about.
Immigration raid. I'm Giovanna Lotta. You're taking a live look at one of the protests underway in Los Angeles just a few hours after the mass immigration raids. Chris Christie is live in Air 7 with the latest. Chris.
That's right, Giovanna. It's a major protest going on about 2 hours now. Close to 1,000 people now wrapping around the detention facility between Alameda and Los Angeles Street. They started on the front steps of the federal building at 300 Los Angeles, now marching down Aliso. And the lead there is that cattle truck leading the pack as they make the turn onto Alameda Street. The strategy here is to basically encircle the detention facility, which is that building right there, where we understand there are actually some people inside of the building.
I'm Giovanna Lotta.
So the whole point is to encircle? See, like, I love this. I love this. Guardsmen from California, I bet some of them are in the mess of the protesters. Remember, these people voted for that mess they're in. Yes, many of them did. But a good majority of them did not. Because you got to remember that California is a one-party state. You cannot, like, almost no Republicans or anybody else can get anything done or do anything in that state, right? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't want any of this. You're going to get it anyway. So, yeah. Peaceful. So peaceful. Where is that video? Did I accidentally delete it? Did I get rid of it? Ruh-roh. Uh-oh. Did I screw myself here? I may have. We'll just edit this part out. Yeah, here we go.
The truth about what's happened. Pete Hegseth says numerous incidents of violence and disorder have recently occurred and threatened to police departments.
I did not realize this guy would be so much content. This is great.
For fucking nothing. 2,000 soldiers in Los Angeles for fucking nothing.
For fucking nothing. For fucking nothing.
We're right now seeing
for fucking nothing. Yep, fucking nothing. Do we really need to go over all this again? No, I don't think we do.
Not only that, but then got Pete Hegseth, who's the Secretary of the Department of Defense, put out a tweet that basically says the Department of Defense is mobilizing the National Guard immediately to support federal law enforcement in Los Angeles. And if violence continues, active duty Marines at Camp Pendleton will also be mobilized. They are on high alert.
Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. Do you know why? Because if the National Guard can't stop the violence, then there's only one other thing that we have that can.
High alert for what they're calling a violent mob assault on ICE.
Which is exactly what it was.
Which is, again, a false fucking flag.
No, it's not. Not when you actively attack them.
None of it is true.
Didn't they lock some fucking dudes in a fucking garage or something? Let me see about that. Let me ask Rock. I remember seeing something like about this. Were ICE agents trapped by protesters? Let me see if Grok says that, because I remember something about this. Protesters in a parking lot, according to posts on X news reports. On January 6th, anti-ICE protesters surrounded a garage where Department of Homeland Security agents, including ICE personnel, so it wasn't just ICE, were located, preventing them from leaving for several hours.
Not only have they
It took hours for LAPD to engage. Not necessarily. That's not a news report. So let me look at. Demonstrators, presidential. So it's just talking about the memorandum, deranged behavior. So, yeah, it definitely looks really bad when people waving Mexican flags are attacking your fucking police officers. It definitely looks really fucking bad. I don't see anything about the National Guard or the guys who were trapped. So this is the thing that people are doing. I want you to see this. So the guys like this are supporting shit like this. These are ICE agents. We saw the video of this earlier where they were literally leaving the area. This isn't a war zone. This is a neighborhood in our city. In San Diego, they targeted parents dropping off their kids at school, people following the law inside courthouses, and workers just doing their jobs at local restaurants. Notice how they said following the law inside courthouses and not just following the law. State-sponsored terrorism. That's what they're saying. State-sponsored terrorism. Are we indiscriminately bombing illegal alien places? Are we just murdering them wholesale, committing mass rapes as war crimes? No. No, that's what terrorists do. That's what terrorists do. And apparently this is an elected official. So you wonder why LAPD says something. And this is one of the elected officials. It's gonna get bad, boys. It's gonna get bad. We might actually be in for Civil War 2.0. It might actually happen. It's gonna be short.
Will be mobilized. They are on high alert. High alert for what they're calling a violent mob assault on ICE, which is again a false fucking flag. None of it is
false flag. A false flag is when the government conducts a terrorist attack or something like that so that they can use it to assume power. Did the government cause any of this? No. Violent rioters did. So it's not a false flag if individual people in the United States are attacking them. A false flag is setting fire to the Reichstag so that you can say that, Romanians are the problem and you can get rid of civil liberties for that.
It's true. Not only have they activated National Guard and have Marines at hand, they're also bringing in military equipment and ammunition into the community.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have guys with guns. They need supplies. It's called logistics. You fucking moron.
Black Hawk helicopter, which is a
He's about to say something really fucking stupid, isn't he?
military helicopter, moved in from the Border Patrol. They are unloading dozens of boxes of ammunition, lethal weaponry, and you see tanks with flammable labels on the side as if they were getting ready for major battle. Have they activated National Guard and have Marines at hand? They're also bringing in military equipment and ammunition into the community. Black Hawk helicopter, which is a military helicopter, moved in from the Border Patrol. They are unloading dozens of boxes of ammunition, lethal weaponry, and you see tanks with flammable labels on the side as if they were getting ready for major battle.
So you're activating 2,000 National Guard troops and potentially bringing in more. You already have FBI, DHS on scene. So, of course, they need to be resupplied logistically with ammunition and other supplies. Tanks that are labeled flammable could be any number of things, including up to and including gasoline for vehicles or potentially pepper spray, which is extremely fucking flammable and explosive, I might add. And of course, they're using a Black Hawk helicopter, a military helicopter. Like, do you see how all of this is framed?
While he's militarizing police, escalating tensions in Los Angeles, also that he can get another story out there other than he's in the Epstein files. While all of this is happening, this motherfucker's at UFC making an entrance with Dana White and shit. All of this is a fucking spectacle. All of this is a distraction, and
yes, the Epstein files thing is absolutely a distraction, and it is working on you.
I need us to be focused and toned in. California, the world is watching.
Yeah, and if you start an insurrection, you're going to be put the fuck down. We fought a civil war over this. States do not get to secede. The only states that can legally secede from the United States of America are one of the original 13 colonies. California was abducted into the United States of America through blood and treasure. The United States of America sacrificed untold amounts of blood and treasure to acquire the California territory, to build it up to where it is. And California is the state it is because it is part of the United States of America. California, just like you, didn't build that, right? The whole Obama thing, you didn't build that. California didn't build that either. California didn't build Silicon Valley. California didn't build any of that shit. The United States of America did, and we built it in California. And California's got the benefit. They got all that blood and treasure. You're not going to get to keep it. So don't pretend. Don't pretend. Remember what carpetbaggers are. And I'm just going to say this, you don't want them. They were really fucking bad, and everybody hated them. Many of them were hung. We're watching California and facepalming. Yeah, no, dude, it's funny. I did not realize that would be such a good thing. If you're wondering why the driver is wearing a gas mask, it's so that he can't be. So in case they do get tear gassed or some other type of irritant is put inside the vehicle, he can still drive and get them out of there. That's why he's wearing a gas mask, and nobody else is. It's because he's the one in control of the vehicle, so he needs to be able to not be incapacitated. Yep. Protest in America because you don't see any American flags. You got to love that, right? Okay. You don't recognize your country anymore? Are you fucking crazy? Like, it's always been like this. Oh my God, it's so stupid. Okay, I think I've exhausted enough content out of this today. This has been a very enlightening thing. But one of the things I want to stress is you do not dislike these people enough. And the reason I say that is because every single piece of reporting, especially from the left, from Blue Team, protesters clash with police. They clash with police. It's not rioters are violently attacking the police, which is exactly what's happening. Protesters are clashing with them. So yeah. What was the other thing? I wanted to touch on one other thing that I think it was something that Newsom said. Here we go. This is not. We call for the end of the cruel, destructive, and indiscriminate ICE raids. ICE does not raid indiscriminately. They literally do not have the manpower for that. So straight up lie. Immigrant workers are essential to our society. We need slaves to feed our nation and care for our elders and clean up our workplaces and build our homes. If we don't have slave labor to build our homes, who's going to build our homes? Newsom also, statement, Governor Newsom, continued chaotic federal sweeps. Oh my God, chaos! It's not chaos caused by a bunch of illegal criminals being here and causing all type of fucking ruckus. No, it's the federal agents who are causing chaos. You know, the people who are all about the law and order, they're the ones causing the chaos. Across California, to meet an arbitrary arrest quota. I mean, I believe there is a quota. There probably shouldn't be, but you know, whatever. If there are illegals, then you should be able to process enough of them a day. But yeah, sure, that's a fair statement. Are as reckless. You could say that. Yeah, that's fair. As they are cruel. No, it's just about pragmatism. Excuse me. Donald Trump's chaos is eroding trust. You mean the fact that we don't have a high trust society because we have a bunch of fucking people in this country who come from low trust societies and we're allowing them to just create chaos all over our country and not actually policing them properly and letting them out of jails when they commit crimes and allowing them access to our people without vetting them, without, you know, ensuring that they're not actually like criminal gangs? Yeah, sure. Donald Trump is eroding the trust of our society, not allowing fucking third world foreigners who do not give a fuck about any of us to come in here and absolutely run amok. No. That's not what's going on. Tearing families apart. No. Families get deported together, asshole. And undermining workers and industries that power America's economy. Because we can't have an American economy if we don't have fucking slave labor.